Looks like I'm living rent-free in your heads again, huh? I mean, if you're gonna spend your days obsessing over me, you might as well start calling me something respectable. Maybe Daddy Shizzy, or better yet, Papa Nut. Who's the grown-up here? Alright, it's me. Let's go. Call me Daddy, yeah, that's who I am. Running your mind's like a master plan. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, take your pick. I'm rolling in your thoughts while you still act sick. Call me Daddy, it's what you mean. Why you chase the crust and I take the lead? Living rent-free, that's my name. Go ahead, say it, put some respect on your name. Man, I'm too old, well here's a surprise. I'm the one with the brains while you're stuck with the lies. You act like you're experts, but here's the reality. I'm the one controlling your mental reality. So while you're out there trying to throw shade, I'm sipping coffee and you're feeling betrayed. You're mad, I got the spotlight, now it's my time. So why not call me Daddy or Papa with a rhyme? I'm the landlord and you're just the tenants, stuck in your headspace with no insight, no repentance. Call me Daddy, you know it's true. You'd be lost without me, stuck in the glue. Call me Daddy, I'm holding your mind while you're scrambling, trying to find what's behind. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, don't you see? You're living in my world now, I'm a VIP. Call me Daddy, just let it be. While you're trying to figure out your own identity. Oh, I see you're confused, trying to get it right. Spinning your wheels while I'm out of sight. You think you got it figured, but you got it all wrong. I've been running your minds all along. But sure, keep pretending you don't care. Keep saying you're done, but I'm still in the air. You got no choice but to bow to my name. Daddy Shizzy is here to own the game. You say you don't watch, but you're obsessed. Every word I say puts you to the test. Call me Daddy, Papa Nut, you know you should. Because I've been living rent-free, and you know it feels good. Stuck with Daddy for life. I'm Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, owning your headspace, and there's no escape. Good luck with that.
Man, oh man, oh man. How you guys doing tonight? Do we have some fun for you? Oh, yes, we've got some pretty good stuff tonight. But before we get it all kicked off, I'm going to show you the Larry's video. It is pretty damn awesome. I just got to show it because it's so good. It's so damn good. Hey, Max Laugh, good to see you. Glad you could make it, man. Oh man, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Yeah, Max been sending all kinds of love over to me. How you doing? Good evening, Yankee Bell. Good evening. Yes, we've got some good stuff for you tonight. But yeah, we'll get started out with Larry's. That'll give me a chance to get some of these other documents organized because it's going to get crazy. Oh my, oh my. And I did ask Larry, he said it was okay to use this. I've tagged it, I've tagged his video down there. Make sure you go watch it. Go give it a little bit of love. We're going to break down some stuff on it. So
and welcome back to Buckle Up, It's the Law with your host, the DUI Guy Plus. Folks, today we are going to be finally doing our comeback video. It has been a very, very long time.
It has been a long time.
Been on my channel. I do apologize for not making content.
And the cool thing is he's going to be over. I love Larry. Yeah, he's going to be over on Megan and on Tugs tomorrow. Is where he's going to be tomorrow night. So it'll be nice to see him back and fired up. That's going to be a good one.
But sometimes life gets in the way. Sometimes life requires you to be present, and other things kind of have to be put back on the back burner. But I know I haven't seen you in a very long time, and I am ready to get back into the swing of things full force. Now, as you all can see, we are almost done with our new studio. The setup is
I'm good to see these guys' new studio up. Let's get to the meat of this thing here. So it's this one right here.
very, very soon. Now, today I want to talk to you all about something that I know you all have been waiting a very long time for me to talk about.
Hey,
and that
Patty, how you
is
doing? Good to
the
see you.
Lynette Preston versus me, Jeremy, George, and DJ Radis. The lawsuit that Bruce Matskin using Scott Stark as a conduit to come after us for a bogus allegation, something that Bruce himself in multiple videos admitted we are simply using this as an opportunity to try and get Mr. Foreman to talk about my macaroni and cheese.
Well, and that is one of the things we're going to talk about tonight. Also, we'll brush over it because there's really not a whole lot to see. There really isn't. Whenever you break it down, there's not a whole lot there. It's minimal at best. There were some new filings in there. Those filings really are just basically bounced down to them wanting to get. It's really hard to explain. I'll get to that a little bit later. Oh, member for 10 months. Oh my gosh, Wendy Bender. Hey, Shizzy Daddy, Fox Raid. Welcome, Fox Raiders. Welcome. Mug Raiders. We got them all. And if Megan or Tug show up tonight, I'll switch gears and get to the meat of the story. But I wanted to get you all nice and warmed up, let you guys get in here, and so we could see a lot of this right here. Yeah, we're not going to go too in depth in it because you're going to get plenty of that tomorrow. And let me get you one of them special stickers that I do for the helmet. And what I'll do is I'm going to do 2 of those, and anything else that comes in, I'm going to do those a little bit later on. That one right there is for you. There you go. That's a special one. And I did see there was another one here, and that is for Helen Gall. She came in and has become a new YouTube member. Thank you so much for your membership. That one right there is for you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. So anything that comes in after this, we'll wait until a little bit later on the stream, and we'll gear this thing up. We'll make it nice and sparkly. And we do have a letter also that we're going to be going over a little bit later on. Now, this is the letter that I actually did send to the PP. Vile PP is the one that I sent to him. So we will go over that one a little bit later on, and it's good. Oh yeah, it's really good.
Cheese case, because you refused to talk about it, and to this day he will not do so. And they withdrew the lawsuit on December 26, 2024. It was the best, even though I don't celebrate Christmas. I can tell you that was probably the best Christmas has happened over the past 4 months with respect to the lawsuit. First and foremost, the lawsuit was initially filed.
Yeah, we know what the lawsuit was about. It was all about the thumbnails, and we're going to go into a little bit more here. They withdrew the lawsuit. Safe harbor period is 21 days later. So this right here is what they
withdraw the lawsuit, and we will leave you alone. Easy, right? No harm, no foul. Withdraw the lawsuit. We know it's bogus. You know it's bogus. Just withdraw it, and we'll call it a day. They failed to do so. They were given 3 weeks.
Larry did make a video today, but it had nothing to do with this. Come on, say it, Bubbles. Did Larry make a video today? Yes, he did make a video today. It was about Trump, I believe. Some stuff that Trump was planning on doing, and I haven't watched it yet, so it would be as new to me.
To do so. The law requires 21 days. That's called the safe harbor period. So 21 days later, on September 18th, 2024, we filed our motion for sanctions. The law was very clear. In determining whether a party is entitled to statutory attorney's fees under Florida Statute 57.105, which is the sanctions statute, frivolousness is determined when the claim or defense was initially filed. If the claim or defense is not initially frivolous, the court must then determine whether the claim or defense became frivolous after it was filed. And in this case, wherefore, Jeremy Hales and Larry Foreman respectfully request that the court enter an order granting the motion for sanctions, ruling that Preston or her counsel knew or should have known that the claims asserted against Jeremy Hales herein are baseless and without merit under Florida law, and thus untenable and patently frivolous, imposing sanctions against Preston and or her counsel jointly and severally pursuant to the statute. And of course, there is also the original complaint attached and the case law that supports the fact that this lawsuit is completely baseless. Tons of law tubers and other YouTubers have already covered this part of the motion. Check out Megan Fox Writer. Go check out That Umbrella Guy. They all have videos on this topic going back to September of 2024 when this was initially filed. Now, that brings us to December 26th when the law.
And he did. He said, I warned him back in August. If you effort with the best, you'll find out like the rest. And he even had the audacity to try to settle with me last week after making me wait a full month to hear back from him. After the initial settlement request, the whole case reeks, and we're nowhere near done. When you file frivolous lawsuits, you better buckle up because the law is coming for you. And Megan Fox says, Bruce and Max having a rough day. The idiotic thumbnail lawsuit has been voluntarily dismissed by Brucey's toady Scott Stark. Good plan, boys. Bring frivolous litigation against the DUI Plus and others, and then just drop it. I'm sure there won't be any consequences. Oh, but there are.
Lawsuit was dismissed about a month ago. Here's the problem. You can't file a frivolous lawsuit with no merit, no justification, no basis in law, and no basis in fact, force the other party to hire and pay for attorneys to represent them, for us to shell out money to pay Randy and Doreen to represent us, and then say, you know what, forget about it, dismissed, let's call it a day, let's forget about it. You can't do that. And that is why we had a court date that was originally scheduled for February 5th, 2025, in about a couple of weeks from now, where we were going to go to court. And originally, it was scheduled to be a motion for summary judgment, which simply means to dismiss the case because it's completely baseless and meritless. Now, like I said, Scott beat us to it. Bruce beat us to it. They dismissed the case. So we no longer need the February 5th date for those purposes. So about a week ago, Randy requested from the court that a hearing be scheduled for February the 5th, 2025 to address the motion for sanctions again.
And notice this right here. Notice this part right here where it says the plaintiff, Michelle Preston. The plaintiff, Michelle Preston. Now you notice that it says the plaintiff, Michelle Preston right there. And then, of course, I know that most of you guys probably already have seen this. You probably saw this over on Megan and Tug because they were talking about it. But they decided to file a response, or Stark filed a response. Supposedly, Stark filed a response because we have that one here. Is right here. Present. Let me show this for you. Show the screen window right here. So they filed as come now defendants, which they're not. By and through undersigned counsel, motion for continuance in support of the states as follows. Undersigned attorney represents the defendant in the above captioned manner. Defendant, but they're plaintiffs. Due to the attorney's health problems such as his diabetes, congestive heart failure, cataract surgery in the middle of upcoming month. So I did a little bit of research, and this research entails that if Stark passes or becomes incapacitated, Bruce loses his ability to practice pro hoc vice. Novel thought. He is waiting on an eye doctor schedule eye surgery. Surgery is important because he needs to be able to see and read adequately. And this is not purpose to delay. Undersigned attorney is available to reschedule during the month of March or after his eye surgery. So why are they deleting this, and why did they keep signing as the defendants? And why would they need a motion of continuance? Go watch Megan and Tug at the very beginning of their stream. They explain this a lot better. I'm telling you, it is stupid and ridiculous. That guy is an idiot. I don't know what kind of idiot that you would consider that, but that is a serious idiot thing to do. Pretty serious. He screwed that up. Bad. Stall tactics. That's all that boils down to. Yes, Max Labs pointed that out. Max Labs sent that over to me and said, "Do you notice all the errors in this thing?" Yeah, lots of errors. Well, it's not that they're stupid, they're stalling. See, it's all been a delay. They're idiots. That's the best way to put it. They're idiots. I can't help it. I just there's no better way to put it.
Against Stark and Preston. So in January, Randy filed an official motion requesting that Scott Stark appear to address the motion for sanctions on February 5th, 2025 at 1:15 p.m. in the Levy County Courthouse. That motion has been filed. That hearing has been scheduled in front of Judge Davis. And it was really funny because about a week ago, January the 17th, I recall seeing some posts on the internet where Brucey tried to say that this is not going to happen, that the case is over. But I don't think he quite understood the fact that there are still outstanding motions that have not been resolved. He's trying to run away from the simple fact
as
that
we'll go over tonight.
Scott and Michelle, and vicariously through both of them, he himself are all liable for the misconduct that brought us into litigation. Remember, we never filed the lawsuit. We are the defendants in this case. Me, Jeremy George, and AJ Radis. They're the plaintiffs. They're the ones bringing forth the lawsuit. And now they just want to run away saying, I'm sorry, we made a mistake. We don't mean to. Not so fast. That is not how it works.
Tug Raiders.
You can't just file frivolous litigation and then expect for everything to be smoothed out. Now, this is where things get interesting. So on January 17th, the official request for a hearing for the motion for sanctions was filed and accepted.
We got some good stuff coming up, so stick around.
January 20th, just this past week, on Martin Luther King Day, of all days, our lawyer, Randy Shockett, and his co-counsel, Doreen Inclease, filed a request for deposition to depose Scott Stark himself. Now, that is scheduled for Monday, January 27th.
Thank you so much. I'll get to these all later, just so you know.
That request to depose Scott Stark, he wrote an email
keep doing them
to the Levy County Clerk's office. He did not follow proper protocol of filing a motion like you are supposed to. He did not make a formal request of the court as of this recording. All he did was send an email, and this is what he said. Dear Ms.
Oh my God. So he never filed on this one.
Polk. And Ms. Polk is the clerk at the Levy County Courthouse. She's the judicial assistant to Judge Davis. Dear Ms. Polk, writes Scott Stark, I request that the hearing scheduled for February 5th in Preston versus Hales on this case number be continued. If Judge Davis feels a contested hearing on their sanctions motions is necessary, I would ask for the opportunity to file a formal written opposition by February 14th and then a hearing be scheduled thereafter. Mind you, he has had like 2 weeks to do this, and he chose to do it only after he found out that he's going to be deposed. The motions they are pursuing under the sanctions is itself frivolous, is it now? And being used to generate YouTube content.
It gets interesting. Yes, this video is completely epic. I love Larry's responses on this.
This is the angle you're choosing? Really? On numerous channels aligned with Mr. Hales. They're even subpoenaing me, says Scott, and other witnesses to testify at a deposition prior to the hearing. Scott, you are being subpoenaed because you have gotten yourself involved in something you should have never gotten yourself involved with. Now it's time to pay the piper. Buckle up, Buttercup. It's time to pay. I am in poor health. Really? The last time I spoke with your secretary, aka your wife or paralegal, I don't know. She's a secretary one day, she's a paralegal the other
Getting
day. I lose
tattooed. I
track
got
of what
something
her
for
role
you,
is in your
sweetheart.
office. My apologies. I'm going based off of what she has said to me so far. A few times I
get
spoke
another
with her,
one
she
later,
said you're
too.
at the gym, so you're working out. You should be
Good
in
luck on
better
that
health, I
tattoo.
imagine. Is this an excuse? Is this another excuse? I don't know. And being subjected to the sort of litigation abuse being engaged in by Mr. Hales, Mr. Foreman, and their counsel is unnecessarily
But Mr. Hales isn't in. Okay.
stressful and burdensome. So when you filed a lawsuit against us, which was
Oh, yeah,
stressful
Marianne.
and burdensome, that's okay. That's no problem. But now that we're coming after you in response to failing a frivolous lawsuit, whoa, and now it's too stressful and burdensome. Please leave me alone. Tell me how that's fair. They're engaging in protraction of litigation and multiplication of proceedings. How? You've known about this motion in August of 2024. You had 21 days, that's 3 weeks, to withdraw your frivolous claims and your frivolous lawsuit. You chose not to. You have been aware of these filings since September 18th, 2024. How long is that?
Thank you.
October,
Yes.
November, December, January. That is 4 months. That is 16 going on 17 weeks that you have been aware of this motion, and suddenly you can't handle it? Please explain it to me. And multiplication of proceedings, by the way, how are we multiplying the proceedings? We are not filing a countersuit. This is just a motion for sanctions for your failure to follow the rules and filing a lawsuit that has merit. That's it. The litigation and the proceedings, goes on Mr. Stark, not their outcome, are the point, because they generate fresh YouTube content for Mr. Hales. He abuses the courts for this end. Well, talk about the pot calling the kettle black. You abuse the court system, and now you're blaming. I
Yeah, it's
Although
amazing
we
to me.
believe their motion is the only frivolous filing in this case, so everything that we filed is good, but their one filing, bad. We have decided not to multiply proceedings by filing our own motion for sanctions. Well, why didn't you? That's a you problem, buddy. Directed at theirs, but instead to oppose the motion for its lack of merit. Okay, that's
But
look, we all make
deal with
decisions.
it.
You made yours. Now it's time to
Yes.
sleep in the bed that you made. Thank you for your time and attention, continues Mr. Stark, and kindly let me know if February 5th will be postponed so that I may have until February 14th to file a formal response in opposition to their motion. If a hearing is necessary, I would ask the court's consideration in allowing me to attend via remote video conference, making it a much less burdensome and stressful proceeding for me to attend. He's afraid because he knows we're all going to be there. He knows there are cameras that are going to be in the room. He knows that it's time to pay, and he's scared, and he is running, and he is hiding. And I urge you, Mr. Stark, Scotty, find the courage, sir. Find the courage to come and face the consequences. I promise you, it is going to be a lot better than trying to run away from it. Face it, put it behind you, and move on with your life. That is my recommendation to you. I promise we won't bite too hard, but it is time for you to pay the consequences of your actions. I would ask for some guidance, Mr. Stark continues, on whether Judge Davis feels being deposed by
As
Attorney
he
Shaka
does.
is warranted. So he responds to, again, in an improper fashion. He tries to get a continuance through an email, which is not the right way to do things. And then he also kind of peppers in, oh, by the way, we should ask Judge Davis if deposing me is even proper in the first place, which it absolutely is. There's no reason not to. Of course, Randy immediately replied, stating that we object to any continuance. This is not the proper method to move for a continuance under the newly revised Florida statute anyway. And the hearing has been confirmed. And of course, Ms. Polk, God bless her, she replied to Scott stating that go ahead and file your motion and send us an email courtesy copy if you don't mind. That brings us to today. This recording is being made on January the 25th. I think it's going to go live on Sunday, January the 26th, if everything goes according to plan. And that means tomorrow, January 27th, is the scheduled deposition of Scotty. We'll see what happens, folks. I'm really looking forward to seeing this case continue to develop. I'm really looking forward to creating more content, not just on this. I have a lot of different plans. We have Karen Reed in the mix. I want to do a video about my grandfather.
And he's going to be talking about his grandfather, and yes, he will be on with Tug and Megan tomorrow night on Tug's channel. You don't want to miss that. That's going to be really, really, really a good stream. And let's pull this thing back up if we can. It's still acting funky as all get out. Good Lord Almighty. Maybe I have too many of these things open. Let's see what we can do, because it's my Adobe just went haywire on me and went crazy. And I'll see if I can get it back up and running. Let me take it. See if I can close one of these out. I think if I close down this one here. Nope, not that one, not that one, not that one. I'll close down that one. I'll close down that one. Close down that one. It's acting really weird right now. I may have to close all of them. Yep, we'll just close them all. Close program. It's acting really funky. I had that all up and running. What I'll do is I'll hit some of these super chats really quick while that's pulling back up and reloading. So Gail, Helen Gall, I already got you. Hey, Shizzy Daddy, Fox Raid, welcome. And we got a super sticker from Fallen Hero, and I'll go back and check those out. Because those super stickers, they're so they're so cool. You get to look at them during the watching the stream back, and you get to see what people were saying and how they're reacting to this, and that's really cool. Super sticker. Thank you so much, very much, Fallen Angel. That little one right there is right on the base of my skull, my melon. Thank you very much for that. And we've got, yes, the video is epic. Thank you, Sticky Widget. Sticky Widget's been a really good supporter of this channel, and I thank you so much. You've been a member for 2 months. I guess I'm giving you something entertaining. That's what I hope for. Give you a little bit of entertainment. Getting tattooed, and I have to say, I told you I was going to give you a second sticker. Thank you for your support, Emma. Good luck on the tattoo. Make sure that it's beautiful every which way that you go, because we're having a good time over here. So enjoy that. And another super sticker, $2.99. I have my favorites. That is such a pretty one right there. And I'm going to give you a nice pretty one right there for that super sticker. Thank you so much. And we've got whoop member for 2 months, Natalie Baker. Yeah. Wait until you start seeing those 2 years and those 4 years and the 5 and the 6. That's whenever it gets really interesting, because I think you guys will grow with me as I grow. You'll be smarter than me, that's for damn sure, almost all the time. The case that Stark mentioned in his email is for the Trespass 5 case. He can't even get the case correct. If he is in poor health and has cataracts, why did he take the case? Well, he's got to have a protege. Might as well have a young young idiot to take your cases over for you. Do you think Bruce will start practicing more in Florida? Nah, he's only trying to do this to get it built back up. Super sticker. I'll go back and check that. Just Swartz. That is so awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for the super sticker. What's done in secret will soon come to light. Melissa, that is absolutely freaking correct. That is so correct. It will come. Every single bit of this will come to light. And it is, what would we got here? Oh my gosh, we've got Hambone. You're the best, Papa Nut. Oh, you have no idea how good it's about to get. I've been working on this new album. I had to go back in, edit songs. There was stuff that I meant to put on there that I had to go back and search and redo them. I'll probably play one of those for you tonight. Coyote Bait with a super sticker. Oh, thank you. And I've got a super sticker for you. Lots of stars. I want to get this thing more bedazzled than Rosalind Duke's helmet. Thank you so much. That is awesome. We got you right there. And we've got Starry Shizzy. Ted, I will star you up. I will star you up. I will make sure that happens. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate you. That is awesome. Every one of these stars represents a super chat that's come in from every single one of you fine folks. You enjoy being here. And for members, anytime that something gets one of those colors, it's not that I'm ignoring the rest of you guys. I am just making sure that I recognize that each one of you supporters have done a little bit something special, and I got to do something special for you. And I enjoy you being here because it makes it so much. Hambone. Oh yeah, Hambone. Oh, we did the whole Hambone thing for Hambone that day, and it got in trouble for it. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Hambone. I appreciate you so much. All right, we're done with those for right now, and we'll come back to those because Hambone will be the last one with that super sticker, and I'll probably forget, so we'll end up doing them all over again. Oh, we're making that thing sparkle. We are making that thing sparkle. It's gonna be fun. All right, give me just a second because I'm gonna have to pull these things up. I've got to get the horrible letter that I wrote, which was a letter to the vile PP, and then I've got another. Let's see, this was the bubbles one that I was looking for. It was. I think I've got the right one. No, this is the incorrect one because there's a couple of them. This particular one was in Connecticut, and the filing that came up was, and yes, let's see if it'll recover them all. Oh yeah, do it. It's doing it. All right, and then we got the exhibits. And that one's up. And then we've got I believe it was this one. Okay. I don't need that one because that's a different one. I'm sorry that my whole Adobe crashed on me. And so I want to make sure that I don't pull too many up. And here we go. We will start with this one. Okay. So this is going to be a very important one whenever I get it up here. Okay. All right. So there was this case, and this was about May of 2019. Now this case had been going on for quite some time, and this case, the details of it don't matter so much as just showing the kind of person that Bubbles is, because that is what we're showing you, the kind of person that Bubbles is. All right. So right here, there's a motion for a protective order as to the deposition of Jennifer Hinko. Okay. Now Jennifer is related to John as wife or something of that sort. And this is about a case where this Stephanie was accused of something that she may or may not have done. According to the court, she didn't do it. Okay. Now this court case was won by the plaintiff. The plaintiff actually that brought the suit won the case against John Hinko. I guess that's his name. So this is Jennifer Hinko. Now, that could be his wife, could be his daughter. Doesn't really explain who it is. But they hereby move for this court to enter protective order with respect to her deposition currently scheduled to go forward May 29th, 2019. Now, does this sound familiar? Does it sound familiar? Just pay attention because it's going to get really important. Upon information and belief prior to May 22nd, 2019, Attorney Bruce Foreskin, one of the two counsels representing the plaintiffs in the above entitled civil action, noticed the deponent's deposition for May 23rd, 2019. The deponent, not being a party to the above entitled matter, was ostensibly served with a subpoena by Bubbles, compelling her appearance at such deposition. Upon information and belief, on or about the 22nd, after a telephone conference with deponent, Attorney Matskin rescheduled her deposition for May 30th, 2019. Upon information of belief on about Sunday, May 26, 2019, well, Ducey sent another email to the deponent containing some alarming messages. Among other representations contained in that email, Attorney Manskin related the deponent that questions and responses can be planned that help us establish things we need to, while at the same time not making you look like you're going against Mr. Hinko. The deponent opened the email on Tuesday morning, May 28, 2019. Upon information and belief, the Mr. Henko, to which attorney is referring to, is a defendant herein and father-in-law of the deponent. There are other serious representations contained in said email which are of the questionable and unsettling nature, which serve to raise questions about whether or not the rescheduled deposition of Jennifer Hinko will yield genuine and trustworthy information. Due to the representations contained in said email, Jennifer Hinko is now fearful of Bruce Manskin and intimidated by him. Does this sound familiar? Does it sound familiar at all? Now, the law on this right here, it provides quite a bit of information. We're not going to go through with all of what the law requires. But the argument is that the deponent has become fearful and intimidated by a counsel seeking to take her deposition, that the applicable provisions of the practice book set forth above confer in judicial authority the power to protect a deponent from, among other things, annoyance and oppression. A review of emails sent to the deponent would lead to a reasonable person to conclude that the deponent has become the object of annoyance as well as oppression. That the judicial authority, this court, ought to impose these provisions set forth in said practice book, which the court in its discretion deems prudent and necessary to not only protect the deponent, but to ensure that a reliable and trustworthy deposition is taken of this deponent. Conclusion, they wanted a protective order. And we're going to show you exactly what that email was that he was sending to her. Right here are the emails that were sent to her. Hi, Jan. Now, I completely understand. Well, I got to get his voice correct. Let's see if I can get his voice correct.
Hi, Jan. I'm completely understanding if it's stressful for you to be asked to be a witness or just any legal proceedings, particularly given the family connection. In our phone conversation, you didn't provide information that would be helpful or relevant. But I don't believe that your responses to my questions were entirely candid. Rather, I believe that your responses were designed to avoid being a witness.
Does this sound familiar?
Stephanie has provided plenty of evidence that, in fact, you and she knew and interacted with one another, were even friends. She also provided evidence that you were actually quite involved in helping Anna, including with her finances and assisting with her handling of her checkbook.
So he's given her all of this information. This right here is the most intimidating crap that he can be doing to her. I believe you heard Miss Heiko railing about money, $40,000 owed to him by Anna. I believe you know Stephanie did not steal, but that you're afraid of retribution by Mr. Henko if you cooperate by providing truthful responses to the questions I have, and I understand. However, Stephanie's life was ruined by Mr. Henko. She was arrested, publicly portrayed in the newspaper as a criminal, feared that her children would lose her mother to prison, forced to incur crippling legal expenses, and continues to suffer the emotional and psychological effects. Doesn't this sound familiar? Of what was done to her. I hope you can imagine how you'd feel if the same was done to you. I'm sure you'd want someone with important information that would help you to do so. I am willing to do whatever I can to minimize any perception that you are willing to testify against Mr. Henkel, because I also believe he is the type of person that would be vindictive. Who do you think would be vindictive in this situation? First, I would need to have a conversation with you, a candid conversation that I will keep confidential. It would not be under oath, recorded, or used in any way. Really? Really? You think that Bruce wouldn't use this in any way? That we can use you as a witness without making Mr. Hinkle angry at you? This could be done. Without your cooperation, I would have to take other steps that would likely involve other witnesses, revealing things that would show you are refusing to provide important information that could greatly affect the outcome of this case. I hope this was not what becomes necessary, cumbersome, costly. But I know it's a tough spot to be in. I know you realize from this email I'm willing to bend over backwards to avoid problems with you. Oh, please let's talk again with you, knowing that nothing you tell me will be on the record. I assure you that other than myself and my co-counsel, nobody will know about it. And then we can see how whatever information you truly have can be used while avoiding trouble for you with Mr. Hinkle. Since just your deposition is scheduled for Thursday, if you were going to speak, let's try to do no later than Tuesday. Please let me know a convenient time. Best regards, Bruce Matchkey. And then, of course, he says, thank you for your time today, Jen. Please confirm you agree to appear next Tuesday, 30th at May 30th at 1 p.m. so I can postpone tomorrow's scheduled deposition. Chances are I will not need you to come next week. Yeah. This is the email that he sent to that witness. Now that particular email that was sent to that witness, it ended up not mattering because he withdrew taking the deposition after they filed the motion. After they filed that motion for a protective order, Bruce didn't depose her. He backed off. Because if this would have come out, it would have completely destroyed all credibility. Now, he went about destroying his own credibility on his own because he decided to file, his co-counsel at the time, so there were two attorneys working on this. His co-counsel was going to drop out. His co-counsel said, motion for permission to withdraw appearance. Now comes attorney Andre Cayo. Let me get this thing to work here. Give me a second. Why is it not zooming? There we go. Now comes attorney Andre Cayo, moves this honorable court for permission to withdraw his appearance for the plaintiff, Stephanie Zalaro. The reason for said withdrawal are follows. Former co-counsel attorney Bruce Foreskin has encouraged the plaintiff on several occasions to breach her contract with attorney Cayo. Upon request from the plaintiff to make an executive decision regarding who she wanted to be in charge, the plaintiff decided to have attorney Bruce Foreskin to take charge on 2/21/2023. Since that time, Foreskin has refused to file an appearance in lieu of attorney Cayo, has refused to take charge of the case after he spent the last 3 weeks emailing undersigned's counsel and the plaintiff over 100 times on how he wanted the case to be managed. Attorney Cayo wished to be discarded pursuant to the order of the plaintiff. Notice to this pursuant will be mailed to the defendant's last known address, and that's where he sent it. So what happened is for whatever reason, after this was done, Bruce was no longer on the case. He was done. Doesn't matter how far along the case was. Doesn't matter if it was settled. He left. Gone. Because he couldn't control himself. Now, it gets a little more interesting. It gets a little more interesting because that's not what I wanted to pull up with this, because it didn't end there. It really didn't. I mean, the case was finally done and over with. There was money that was brought in and blah, 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 blah. Why is this not closing? Close that tab. Close that tab. There we go. And close that tab. Cool. No, there's nothing to say. Okay. Weird. Give me just a second. Let me pull this one up here real quick. So this is the first time this kind of crap has happened. And let me see if I can find the correct one, because there was another one that they had the same issue with. And let me see if I've got that one. Yes. I believe it's this right here. Exhibit 2. Nope, that is not it. That is wrong. And that is wrong. So there was another case that he had the same problem with. And he couldn't work out a deal with the other attorney. Okay. So this is going to show the kind of person that Bubbles is. This is the kind of person that he is. You should have them tomorrow. Thanks for your extension and your patience. Good morning, Bruce. Please provide a status update with respect to the responses to the discovery request. Thank you, Tom. And then, of course, it says, Tom, sorry, can we get one more week? I appreciate it. Give me until February 17th to file responses, objections, please. It was the holidays. I was on trial and the intensive post-trial motions until the end of December. Tom, may I have your consent to additional time to respond? Tom says, pursuant to our agreement, effectuate service by email. Please find the attached defendant's first set of interrogatories, set of blah, blah, blah. And it continues on. Disclaimer, disclaimer, disclaimer. There's another one. Don't worry, there's more. It goes on to another page. So he's asking for extensions. Now, after he asked for extensions, he didn't stop. He got on even more. So here he goes. You can have right guard your reconnaissance responses, written discovery propounded by defendants, blah, blah, blah. In summary, I respect that you and your client withdraw non-responsive, irrelevant information from all discovery responses, withdraw improper objections, provide compliant responses to the document request, and complete documents responsive to the discovery request as required by federal rules. Provide full and responsive answers to defendants' interrogatories and document production request is explained further below. Now, you have to understand, this is in federal court, and he's pulling the same exact BS. Yow. Yes. Says your interrogatory, your client answers to the defendant's first set of interrogatory are deficient and non-compliant with federal rules of civil procedure. Does this sound familiar? Further, your client's answers essentially contain information as both non-responsive and irrelevant to any claim asserted in the amended complaint or which relate only to the claims that the court has dismissed. We therefore specifically request that you address the non-compliance and relevant issues with the following. But the judge words this over correct. Wants this over correct? Yes. The judge wants us over bigly. He's saying this is ridiculous. Bruce is dragging every single one of these out. Now, this is an entirely different case. This is going to show the kind of person that he is. Your client's answer purports to claim that he consulted with the elders Jehovah's Witnesses, but fails to identify specifically the name, title, address, phone number. And it just goes on. Interrogatory 3, interrogatory 4, interrogatories 6 through 7, interrogatories 8 through 9. Number 10, document requests. Rule 34B states that for each item in the category, the response must either state the inspection and related activities will be permitted as requested, or the state with specificity on the grounds for objecting to the request, including the reasons the responding party may state that it will produce copies of the documents of electronically stored information instead of permitting inspection. Your client did not provide any responses. Instead, provided a one-page document that nearly states in its entirety all responsive documents are provided via link in the email accompanying the response. We request that your client comply with his obligations under the federal rules for civil procedure. Where do you think that Bubbles is going to be going with his next filing? What do you think he's going to be doing? Do you think he's going to be pulling the same bullshit? I would venture to say that he'll pull the exact same BS. It's going to show the kind of person that he is. Kind of people that he's associating with. He's trying to make himself out with these people to be some sort of saint, something good. He's not a dumbass. Everyone keeps thinking that he's a dumbass. It's like, no, he knows exactly what he's doing. It's all a delay tactic to cost more money, to waste time. That's it. Every move that he makes is doing nothing but to waste time. He's made it very clear that that's what his purpose is. He said it multiple times. I want to get them to settle. Jeremy has said, I'm not settling. He's not going to play it. This right here was what I was planning on going over the other night. And this is where we're at. Amended motion for extension of time to disclose a rebuttal expert. The defendants move for an extension of time to disclose a rebuttal expert until 30 days after the court issues its impending ruling and decision on the defendant's motion for summary judgment on the plaintiff's defamation claims. Well, the Federal Rule of Civil Procedure 6 provides when an act may or must be done with a specified time, the court may, for good cause, extend the time on the motion made after the time has expired if the party failed to act because of excusable neglect. But here's the thing. If you file something like this, dumbass, you have to give the reason for the excusable neglect. You have to give full reasoning why you didn't file this in a timely manner. He didn't do that. He did not do that whatsoever. He did not sit there and say, this is the inexcusable neglect of why we didn't file it. Number two, if it's the same dumbass he had before, he has to disclose that. He should have disclosed that whenever he filed his motions. According to the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure, all those disclosures at the time that you're talking about using them, which he already knew that he was going to be using it because he had the toothless ones talking about using a handwriting expert. He was supposed to disclose it at that point in time. Oh, I know the judges replied to it. I'm just pointing out the stupidity of this guy. All this particular FRP 26 gives 30 days for the disclosing of purely rebuttal expert following the disclosure. You need to read a little bit further on and a little bit above this because it gives some very specific reasons because he's not reading the damn reasoning. Trust me on that. Here, I'll pull up the actual civil rules of federal civil procedure, the federal rules right here. And I'm going to move that over to a different spot here. All right. And that right there was the response from the judge. Because this one I found quite damn interesting. Give me just a second. I'm going to have to do a search for it because this particular one that he's quoting, which is, I believe, let me find it. I want to be sure. It was FRPC 26 and let me see if I got this right. FRPC 26. And then he also has D. So that was his little subsection there. I love it. Love doing this crap. Makes me laugh all the way to all over the damn place. So we're going to find Rule 26. Rule 26. Because it's much easier for me just to search these things out like this. Oh, come on. Oh, that's why. Because I misspelled it. There we go. Rule 26. Go to the next one. Go to this one. And I believe it's right there. And you go down here to D. And that's not the one. Rule 26A, 1 or 2, the following discovery requests or responses must not be filed until they are used in the proceeding of the court. Orders, filing, depositions, interrogatories, requests for documents or tangible things, or blah, blah, blah. And we go down after receiving parties report under Rule 26F, pretrial. So that's all pretrial stuff. Pretrial conferences, blah, blah. Nope, 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 nope. Oh, go back. I think I got it. Here we go. That's the one I was looking for. All right. Under C. Here, I'll pull it up right here so you guys can see. We'll move it into this particular document. And why is it not working? Oh, that's why. Go. Come on. Why is it being so difficult? Go into the damn thing. It's being difficult. All right, I'll just read it out loud here for you. So there's a time for initial discovery. In general, a party must make initial disclosures at or within 14 days after the party's Rule 26 conference, unless a different time is set by stipulation or the court order, unless a party objects during the conference that initial disclosures are not appropriate in this action and states the objection to the proposed discovery plan. Didn't do that. Time for initial disclosures. Parties served or joined later. Party that first served or otherwise, they have 30 days, which they did follow that one. When that was the parties, whenever they tried to add people, they weren't able to. Basis for initial disclosure. Unacceptable excuses. A party must make its initial disclosures based on the information then reasonably available to it. A party is not excused from making its disclosures because it has not fully investigated the case or because it has not fully investigated the case or because it challenges the sufficiency of another party's disclosure or because another party has not made its disclosures. Really important right there. Unacceptable excuses. Right there. It is Rule 26, 1E. A party is not excused from making its disclosures because it has not fully investigated the case or because it challenges the sufficiency of another party's disclosures. Now, the part that he quotes to in disclosure of expert testimony, in addition to disclosures required by Rule 26A1, a party must disclose to the other parties the identity of any witness it may use at trial to present evidence under federal rules of evidence 702, 703, and 705. Now, if he falls under any of these, then he has to abide by those rules, which means they have to have a Daubert hearing. So we'll see how that goes. Witnesses who must provide a written report unless otherwise stipulated. That disclosure must be accompanied by a written report prepared and signed by the witness if the witness is one retained or specially employed to provide expert testimony in the case or whose duties as a party employee regularly involve giving expert testimony. The report must contain all of these below qualifications, and which would be the witness's qualifications, including a list of all publications authored in the previous 10 years, a list of all other cases in which during the previous 4 years the witness testifies as an expert at trial or by deposition, or a statement of the compensation to be paid for any exhibits that will be used, any facts, data considered by the witness informing them. So even if he does get in, he has a lot that he has to provide. and that costs money. Now, according to Bubbles, this person's indigent. So where is he going to come up with the money for somebody to do this? They don't have any money, according to him. They're destitute, broke. They can't leave their child. So how are they going to get an expert? Or do they already have an expert? Who is that expert? Is that expert someone good? Is that one of those smart folks from Texas? Now, the time to disclose expert testimony, a party must make these disclosures at the times and in the sequence that the court orders. Absent a stipulation or a court order, the disclosures must be made. And there's been no stipulation, as you will see right here at the very bottom. Time to disclose expert testimony, absent a stipulation or a court order, the disclosures must be made if the evidence is intended solely to contradict or rebut evidence on the same subject matter identified by another party within 30 days after the other party's disclosure. And this is where he fails again, because it has more within there. The parties must supplement these disclosures when required under Rule 26E. And because he didn't, I don't see that the judge should have even considered this. He should have automatically kicked it out. But I am sure that Shockett is on top of it and will come back with something just as grand and glorious and give him the spanking that only a daddy can give the little boy. Well, disclosed rebuttal expert within the time under this particular code is due to excusable neglect. Now, I did a quick search on the rules of civil procedure here. You know, just a real quick one, and it was excusable neglect. Excusable neglect. Okay, neglect, and you know, it was really interesting to me that whenever I found that, it says that the grounds for relief from a final judgment or order, it has excusable neglect. And also a motion made after the time has expired if the party fails to act because of excusable neglect. Now, when an act may or must be done within a specified time, the court may, for good cause, extend the time with or without motion or notice if the court acts or if the request is made before the original time or its extension expires, or on a motion made after the time has expired if the party failed to act because of excusable neglect. Now, there are exceptions. They can't extend those to act under rules 50, 52, 59, and 60. Now, those right there are just in general. But he has to prove all of this. It's not like he can just say, "Oh, my bad. It was excusable neglect. It was excusable." It doesn't fall under that, because in each one of these, he has to provide evidence of this, which he has failed to do. Factors relevant to the expert explanation for the failure to disclose the witness importance for the testimony and the prejudice of the opposing party if the witnesses had been allowed to testify. None of this matters. None of this matters. Although a motion for extension could have been filed sooner. No. There is no imaginable prejudice, though, to the plaintiff if an extension is granted. But you failed to act. It would be very prejudicial because you failed to do your job. Are you saying you're incompetent? Well, maybe you should take your happy ass back out of Florida, because whether granted sooner, now the extension would be the same as if it's to have any meaning. What he's talking about is being able to bring an expert witness to rebut during the trial. That's all he's stating here. So what he's talking about is saying, well, I'm going to get him in here even if it's 90 days before the trial. No, you won't. If he can't pass the Daubert, if his CV isn't up to snuff, you ain't going to get him in there. The underside is not certain when the plaintiff disclosed his expert because the expert disclosed itself has no date nor any certificate of service. Actually, it does. Believe it or not, there is a certificate of service. I mean, there's not one attached to this one in particular, but there is a certificate of service because you knew there was going to be an expert in this case. You already knew there was going to be an expert in this case as far back as whenever this initially was filed. As soon as they told you that they had a handwriting expert that pulled this up, they have evidence of the handwriting expert pulling it up. You knew months and months and months before that. You even hired, or should I say, you had your PR team hire a handwriting expert, and I looked him up. So you already knew about the need for one if you were going to rebut. So at that time, you should have disclosed that you were going to have an expert witness. But this is typical Bubbles. Typical Bubbles bullshit. Local Rule 6.1, blah, blah, blah. The parties may stipulate without court approval to extend a deadline for responding to a specific discovery request or for making a federal rule. And he never did. He never did stipulate to your bullshit. There would be no interference with completing discovery? Really? Aren't you the ones that said there is no reason to add these other people to it because it would be too cumbersome to depose them and get service on them? Am I correct? I mean, you already complained that you couldn't be added. The rat Poozy couldn't be added. That none of these other people, Marla Hughes, couldn't be added. That was your argument, because then you're going to have, I mean, just to depose them alone, get service on them. Oh, it would have been so time consuming. Besides, they can't, that means they would all have to have their own attorneys, and there's so much work involved in it. And oh, woe is me. I'm having a little heat spell here. Yeah, and then how did that work out? You won that. All of a sudden, now you want to have an expert, huh? The defendants will rely on the plaintiff's admissions, deposition testimony, and document production showing the plaintiff cannot establish publication or damages to overcome summary judgment on defamation based on the roadside signs. Huh? You've got Lynette blaming John for posting them. Or was it writing them? I don't know. I forget, because you've completely confused me on your stupidity. Oh. And there's no evidence. The court stated in its January 17th order that it was advising the parties in advance of outcoming summary judgment for planning purposes. So the present motion is intended to resolve the issue sooner rather than wait until after summary judgment decision to move for an extension. Granting the requested extension will enable the defendants to complete the process of retaining and disclosing a rebuttal expert as promptly as possible following the issuance. But you already know that you've got one. So why haven't you disclosed it? There has to be a reason why you didn't disclose that you've got an expert. And I'm sure that Shaka can prove and provide that you knew as far back then that you would have an expert. Be weird, wouldn't it, if he actually showed that to the court? Yeah, right here in this video, there he is saying, yes, Lisa Lee hired an expert on behalf. Supplied him with all the handwriting documents. The undersigned offered to stipulate not to counterclaim if the present case, if the plaintiff's counsel would stipulate to the defendant's rebuttal expert beyond the... Really? So they had to stipulate, but they don't want to. Why would they want to stipulate to you screwing up? The counterclaim against your client's based on our expert's conclusion that he wrote the signs. The response from the plaintiff's counsel was, my plaintiff did not write the signs. That what? The plaintiff doesn't have to prove that they didn't write the sign. That's counterintuitive, moron. Because late disclosure is due. The excusable neglect because it would be harmless to the plaintiff, and because denying an extension would prejudice the defendants, the court should grant that extension to disclose defendant's rebuttal expert for 30 days following the issuance of summary judgment decision. Oh, bubbles, bubbles, bubbles. The judge did file an order here. And because he read through all your bullshit, and he said, you know what? Upon consideration of the foregoing, it's ordered this 28th day of January 2025, defendants have moved for an extension of time to disclose a rebuttal expert. In the interest of judiciary efficiency, the court will require the plaintiff to expedite any response in opposition. If plaintiff opposes defendant motions to extend, plaintiff must file a response in opposition on or before Tuesday, February 4th, 2025. Yeah. Unfortunately, the judge let it pass through, let it go through, let it just slide on in. I was hoping that one of my wonderful readers would show it tonight, but they didn't. They have a life. They are probably sleeping very, very soundly right now, curled up in their nice little warm beds, being all snuggly. But before we get to that, we got to talk about the what would you say the largest issue in the room that's been going on over the past couple of days, because it's just interesting to me. I find this moron, like, it's exceptionally interesting. Give me just a second. It's going to take because like I said, everything crashed out on me. The whole Adobe PDF reader just went, I stopped working. All right. So these are the people. This is one of the people that was brought up by Bruce, one of his people that he decided to hit up on right here. So this was written by a journalist that said, special prosecutor to probe lawyer for phony Facebook accounts. Well, this is a picture of paint chips. A special prosecutor has been named to investigate a Staten Island lawyer who's accused of creating phony Facebook accounts to masquerade as borough politicians and candidates. Well, Thomas Turney Jr., a criminal defense lawyer and former Manhattan prosecutor, has been appointed to probe the dirty political tricks of paint chips. Staten Island District Attorney Michael McMahon asked to be relieved of handling the case to avoid the appearance of conflict because he was allegedly one of paint chips' victims. In the order signed August 21st but made public Tuesday, the target is referred to as John Doe. Sources familiar with the case identified the target as paint chips. The order refers to investigating allegations or violations of criminal impersonation in the second degree, forgery in the third degree, falsifying business records in the second degree. Paint Chips, who was once famously challenged a legal opponent to trial by combat. That would have been funny. You've seen the LARPers. He was outed by New York One last week. The report outed Paint Chips as the provocateur who smeared a former Republican Assembly candidate, Janine Materna, Democrat Councilwoman Debbie Rose, and McMahon. Materna had filed a complaint last year over the harassment and threats triggered by the phony site, which listed as the administrator. One post on the phony Facebook page is a photoshopped image of Hillary Clinton standing next to Materna. The bogus page in the name of Debbie Rose Sound familiar? So there's another one of his aliases that he likes to use. Oh, we've been digging up the aliases. I've got multiple ones right now. Oh yeah. I did. I just now noticed that one. So let's see. What did he called it? Debbie Rose. How many more does he have? Wonder if we've got one of those Debbie Roses in our chat. You could always hashtag them in there and find out if we've got a Debbie Rose in there. Sorry, Debbie, if you're a real person, but you're about to get outed. Ooh. Paint Chip said on Tuesday he had no comment and would consult with his personal lawyer on the criminal matter, but Paint Chips has continued launching attacks against his alleged victims with rants on Facebook this week. One man's dirty trick is another man's civic participation. Bitter Janine Materna and her cronies should be happy that her comatose political career is now off life support for the time being, he said in a Facebook post. And of course, the spokesperson for DA McMahon decided not to comment, which was probably a wise thing to do, considering the other kind of shenanigans that Paint Chips has been up to. Yeah, he's got other things that he does. If you're ever wondering the kind of person that Paint Chips is, well, he writes to his committee member, you're receiving this letter because I have formed an exploratory committee to ascertain to whether I have a viable candidacy for the borough presidency of Staten Island. I've been approached by friends and leaders in local business and charitable community from leaders in our party. I have secured several commitments, and though I have not yet had the opportunity to consult with leadership of our party and all our Democrat elected officials, which I intend to do in the next few days, the outward signs are positive at this point. I write this letter to let you know who I am and where I stand prior to the county convention scheduled this evening on Monday the 20th at Crystal Room in South Beach. Since the executive committee has already met and declined to take presentations from the candidates, my name will be put on the floor of the convention as the Democratic Party's nominee. And the reason I'm not showing is because it has his ugly face on it. Oh, I'm sorry, that's a bow tie. It looks about the same. It's all squashed up and looks horrible. But yeah, he is a diehard Democrat. No joke. Diehard Democrat. Been all his life. Don't believe these people change their spots. But they will. They will go on the attack. All right, let's hit some of these super chats here real quick, and then I'm going to show you. Well, I'll let you hear one of the new songs I've been working on. Oh, so fun. All right, let's see. Where did I leave off? Now I know you guys will correct me if I'm wrong. Let me see. I got Starmie. It was Hambone. Yes, it was Hambone with a super sticker. Gotcha. Right here. Susan 7 1B. Callie. Breaking out the helmet. Almost all the virgin material is gone on this thing. It's gonna start losing all of its whiteness pretty soon. It's gonna get shiny and sparkly. I should have spaced a little bit closer, but that one right there is for you. Happy to be here and happy to have you here. You have no idea how much it means to have your support and have all of you fine folks here. I mean, it is really nice. We've got, do I get one for this one too? Yes, you do, Ted. Yes, you do. You get one for every one that comes up and it has all those pretty colors on it. I'm returning the favor and giving you guys pretty colors. That's how it works. And a super sticker from Marcus King. God, I can't wait to see what these super stickers look like. They've got to be just absolutely awesome. You've got all stuff like dancing bunnies and watermelons and who knows, might even have an eggplant in there or two. I don't know. Thank you very much, Marcus. Good to see you. And then we've got Happy Tuesday. Teresa Finn, the writer chick, is rolling on in here. Happy Tuesday. Just swinging through on my way to bed. Meow. What a great way to end a good day seeing my shizzy daddy. Oh, you know it, lady. You know it. We got it for you right there. Just a little sparkle right there on the backside. Mm. You're gonna need a new helmet soon. No. We're gonna get this thing. It's gonna get 20 layers deep by the time this is all said and done. We're gonna have a good time with this. We're not gonna have any virgin material left on it. Before you know, it'll just be stars on top of stars on top of stars. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate you. We were sent to you from Tug and Megan. So nice to be here. It is so nice to have you here, Teddy. You'll find that this is one of the most interesting places. We talk about all kinds of crap here. And that one right there is for you, right there. And I still got a little bit of virgin material there. So you guys keep it all coming. Hey, Shizzy, can't wait to hear this. Yes. What have you thought so far? It's interesting to me that we've got the kind of garbage, the kind of things that shows what Bubbles is up to. We know what he's doing. We know exactly what he's doing, and he knows exactly what he's doing. And I can almost guarantee that he does the same thing to shock it. You love the short bus. Oh, I love short bus too. Some of my best friends rode the short bus. Of course, I lived out in the country too, so there was special. So we were really special. She Hunts became a YouTube member. Thank you, She Hunts. What a lovely lady you are. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Got you right there. Oh yeah, that's almost a virgin spot right there. And my 41-year-old son has a very large mass attached to his spinal cord. Without surgery, he will be paralyzed. Please pray for him tomorrow. Elizabeth Moody, prayers out to your son, and may that be just a uneventful surgery that he recovers from very quickly. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, and everybody give thoughts and prayers out to him. Dude's foreskin, the ambulance acting in an unethical manner. Color me surprised. Yeah, I'm always surprised whenever he says, I would never do anything unethical. Oh, no, not little Bruce. Little Bruce doesn't do anything unethical. No, he's absolutely like the most ethical person ever. Judge has just replied to this, Shizzy. Yes, Max, I did. I saw that. Thank you. Yes, Max. Max sent me this. Said, hey, the judge replied to this. So there we go. And I pulled that one up. Thank you so much, Max. What a wonderful day. Shooting Star became a YouTube member. Look at this. Shooting Star gets a star for Shooting Star becoming a YouTube member. I'm filling up the blank spots right there. I mean, it's getting closer and closer. And we've got, by the time this case is done, we will all know about the law more than Bubbles. I doubt it. Like I said, he is not dumb. He may be an idiot, but he's not dumb. There we go. Got one right there for you. I'm still finding virgin spots. I'm trying to fill all the virgin spots first before I go and double up on you guys. I should have started with drawing a big picture, like maybe spelling out ShizzyWhiznut on there, but that's not here nor there. We're too late to go back. All right, let's get some music for you guys. I did some pretty cool things. Pretty damn cool. And then we'll get to a letter. Oh, we've got the letter coming. I don't want to. We'll do the letter after a song. How's that? So give me a second, and I will let you hear the new song if I can find it. Oh yeah, we're gonna stop that screen so I can share this particular one with you. Oh, and just so you guys know, I'll show this to you real quick. This right here is sort of proof, and it's right here on this one. Yeah, Bruce was removed from that case right here. Yeah, he was removed from this case right here. And if you're curious about it, this is the amount of documentation that went through this case. This is how much crap they went through through this entire case. Page after 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 page. And each one of these are in the hundreds of pages. That's a lot. That's a lot of garbage that people don't understand. This is the kind of game that Bubbles is used to playing. He's used to doing these big, long, huge filings. Let me get in here to get this thing pulled up for you. Oh, why you got to do that? Let me sign into it. I already signed in, you idiots. Been having some funky stuff happen lately with this. So what we got is we've got my workspace. Where is it? We've got. So this is one that I had to remaster because it sounds better. And so this one you're gonna enjoy. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure you're gonna enjoy this. But give me a second because it's acting funky. All right, there we go. Here we go. This one right here. Preacher's deposition.
Once a star on stage, I dance bright. Now I preach in a neon light, spreading words with false delight, hiding truths in the darkest night. I cause whirlwinds, I sowed the storm. Now I claim to be reborn, lawsuits flying in crazy form. My own truth I now adorn. Oh, but Bubbles, he's my right hand, writing motions in a lawless land. Misquoting rules he can't understand. Where the strangest duo in the sand. From the pole to the pulpit's height, suing shadows in broad daylight. In the court our lives take flight, insanity's our guiding light. Over Bubbles, he's my right hand, writing motions in a lawless land. Misquoting rules he can't understand. Where the strangest duo in the sand. From the pole to the pulpit's height, suing shadows in broad daylight. In the court our lives take flight, insanity's our guiding light. Oh, but Bubbles, he's my right hand, writing motions in a lawless land. Misquoting rules he can't understand. Where the strangest duo in the sand. Evil falls, but we're still here. Truth and reason disappear. Laughs and whispers, all we hear. In this courtroom built on fear. Twisting facts, I've got my claims.
Pretty cool, huh? So the original one, it doesn't even sound that good. The original one was off like a bunch. So that's a taste of that one right there. It's great how you manage. Thank you for the tenor. I appreciate that. It's great how you managed to find out all the info on these stupid people. Well, that brings me to a very fine point. Thank you so much for that. That one right there is for you. Still finding that virgin material. It's not really that it's interesting. It's just I know how to do research because I found for paint chip I've already found 4 aliases. And I mean, that was just within like 30 minutes of searching for it. I was able to find those particular aliases. Speaking of, so I don't keep you guys here too late tonight, although I know you always appreciate it, we will get to the story. Yes, it is almost time for the story. Let's see if we can get all geared up here. All right, time for the gear. Let's get our music. Got to have the music. And let's see, we will find it right about. Nope, I'm in the wrong one. I've got to get this. I got to get this thing changed. All right, so it's going to be in here. Ah, yes, the happy part for it. What is this one? I don't know what this one is. Oh, I know what that one is. That one you're going to hear after this. Yeah, I've got another song after this that I hope you like. So let's get down to it. Present this one and the zip. Did I close it? I'll be son of a buck if I didn't. I had it open and then I closed it. What a fool. There we go. This is what I want to share with you fine people right here. It is the actual letter that I responded to Volpe with. Yes. Are you ready? Yes, I know. I know that you guys are. You didn't come here just to hang out and say, hi. No, you came for some entertainment. Well, here we go. An open invite to chat with you and your buddy, Dick Luthman. How utterly tempting. I mean, who wouldn't want to sit down with a guy who's about as morally upright as a wet noodle, and another who likely has to butter himself up just to squeeze into his chair? But alas, I'm going to have to pass on this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to join the intellectual equivalent of a clown car with 2 flat tires. I have no desire to grace your platform, especially not when it's co-hosted by a convicted fraudster who thinks he's some kind of legal savant. Now, if you're looking for clarity, try stepping away from your echo chamber of bad decisions and unethical behavior. Well, let's address Dick first. Yes, I'm using that name because it just feels right. Dick, a man whose physique suggests he spent more time in front of a buffet than a legal textbook, has decided to stoop even lower, which frankly I didn't think was possible. By releasing an uncalled for and disgusting attack video aimed at Megan Fox. Why? Because attacking women seems to be your team's favorite pastime. Between Bruce's barely veiled aggression towards women and Dick's grotesque antics, it's clear you guys have a type. And by type, I mean a sad, desperate need to intimidate anyone with a shred of dignity and class. Now, I understand that being locked up for 4 years might take a toll on someone, but I didn't realize it also made you think releasing a disgusting, unprovoked video attack on Megan Fox was somehow appropriate behavior. Honestly, Dick, when you're not busy weaponizing smear tactics, maybe focus on what actually matters, like learning portion control or investing in a belt that can actually hold up against the sheer force of gravity. And Michael, aligning yourself with this guy. Bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how that plays out for you. You want me to set everyone straight? Sure thing. Let's start with this. You and Dick aren't interested in facts, justice, or truth. You're interested in shock value and stirring the pot because that's the only way that you can stay relevant. Dick might still be dreaming of his glory days before his conviction, but the rest of us haven't forgotten who he is, a man whose resume includes fraudulent activities and a stretch in prison. Not exactly Pulitzer material now, is it? Let's not pretend that this is just some earnest invitation by you there, Mikey, to debate. We all know that this is just another one of your tired attempts to drag people into your cesspool of bad takes and even worse ethics. Frankly, I have better things to do, like trying my Velcro shoes on or watching paint dry. At least these activities are more productive than wasting any breath on two men who haven't obfuscated into an art form. Let's talk about your implication that we're somehow obligated to explain things to you. Like, this isn't school. I'm not your teacher. If you've got questions, or I don't know, maybe do a little research, watch one of my countless streams that I've already addressed this nonsense. Let's not forget your partnership with Bubbles, the man who thinks filing pointless motions and running PR team is the pinnacle of legal genius. Between the three of you, it's like the axis of irrelevance. And now you're fundraising $10,000 to cover this case. Wow. Big plans. Maybe you should use some of that money to buy Dick a salad, or better yet, a clue. Your email suggests that we set everyone straight because you think we believe Bruce is an idiot lawyer. And let me clarify, we don't think Bruce is an idiot lawyer. We know he is. His motions are exercises in futility. His legal arguments are laughable, and his PR strategy is as transparent as his motives. And now he's teaming up with you and Dick. It's like forming a supergroup of incompetence. So no, Michael, I'm not going to join your little sideshow. You and Dick can have your echo chamber. Pat each other on your little backs. Pretend you're making waves. Meanwhile, the rest of us will be over here laughing at your expense. And all the best from ShizzyWhiznut, proud Velcro wearing artard, still somehow the adult in the room and definitely not falling for your bull. Yeah, how was that? How was that? Now how about a little music? Oh yeah. Here we go.
On blast, I'm coming for blood, you can't last. You wanted a fight, now you'll see the wrath of Shizzy unleashed on thee. I'm Shizzy, mean and raw. You cross my line, one, that's your flaw. I don't back off, I don't retreat. I'll bring the pain, make you taste defeat. You thought I'd fold, now I attack. Going for the nuts, no holding back. Claws out sharp, teeth in deep. I'm the nightmare that won't let you sleep. I'm sealing your fate. You said to me, I'll tear you apart. No mercy here, I've got no heart. You woke the beast, now face the wrath. Shizzy badgers, clearing the path. Shizzy Shizzy, unleashed on thee. This ain't a game, this ain't for show. You crossed the line, now it's time to go. I don't back down, I take the crown. I'll crush you hard, leave you broken down. Pop a nut, rage on blast. I'm coming for blood, you can't last. You wanted to fight, now you'll see the wrath of Shizzy unleashed on thee. You'll feel my rage, you'll know my name. I'll leave you ruined, wrecked in shame. Shizzy Badger, I don't play nice. Cross me again and pay the price.
Yes, that is a very fun song. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. No, I have too much fun doing this stuff. You know, it should be a crime, but luckily it's not to have this much fun. Oh my gosh. Yes. Oh, thank you so much. Love this one. Even my fur babies like it. Yeah. And I've got more. Like I said, I've got a whole album and more. I'm going to be doing the album. Like I said, there's a few of them that I needed to fix. And I'll at some point I'll probably show you after I've repaired them the other ones that didn't quite make it. Thank you so much, Wender Bender. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. And I'm not sure if I got Janice a star. You know, it's that was absolutely wonderful of you. Deuce Foreskin, the ambulance chaser reminds me of sovereign citizens that use paper terrorism to clog up the court and cause delays in cases. They are masters at filing frivolous nonsense. I want to give you a double star there. I think I already gave you one, but I'm giving you another one for that. That was spot on. And yes, I know I gave you one. When LP loses her poop plot of land, she can move in with the walruses. Sounds fair to me. Well, I don't think she'll lose her land. It's going to make it really difficult for her to be there, though. I mean, that's something that she's put herself in that kind of position. We hope that people act a little bit better than that. Even your dog loves watching, listening to it. Yeah, I've got good stuff. Let me see if I can pull up one that I think I've already released, but I'm doing a sort of a remake of it. I've got it right here. Let me see if it shows. Is this right? Don't think it is, but let me double check. Oh yeah. So the album is going to be blue. Oh no, I'm not showing that one. that one's going to have to wait. That's a different one. I could play you the. No, I'm not playing that one. Give me a second. I want to pull it up on Sunos because it was something else. Sorry, my brain gets scattered really fast, really easy. That's what doing research helps me focus on things. Believe it or not, that's why I can do these kinds of things because my brain works weird like that. Is it this one? Nope, that's not the one. This is one that I released around Christmas, and then I came back and No, I'm not playing that one. That one just doesn't fit the mood for tonight. We got to have some happy music. That's Rambo. I don't think I've completed that one. Yeah, I've got to complete Rambo. Rambo's one of my first ones that I did, and it's going to be good. That's a country song. And was it this one? Oh yeah, that's what it looks like. The cover for it is going to look really cool on this next album. Yeah, it's going to be pretty badass. And I've also got a video for that last one that you heard. Oh, that was going to be really good. Oh yes, this is the, I think it's this one or the other one. Is it this one? It is not this one. It is, let me see, because it was one of these. Yep, here it is. Is this it? I want to double check. Nope, that's not that one. And was it this one? No, it wasn't that one. Give me a second. I'm finding it. Nope. Not there. Not there. Is it this? Nope, that's not it. Can't be. All right, it's not that one. So if it's not that one, is it this one? I think it is. Nope. So crazy. Here, I'll let you hear what I'm hearing so you got an idea. Nope, that's not it. Is that? Show this for you.
Wiggle it to the side, or break the hip on my moving your ass, step up or stand aside. Hypnotic like a lava lamp, mesmerizing glow. Yeah, you can't help but watch me steal the show. I summon the shake, a shimmy the twist, a mix of genius and a big old fist. You're drawn in close, your feet start to twitch, feeling the groove like a broke ass bitch. Shaking it, working it, what a blast. Wobble it, shake that ass. Do a jig or a dog, wiggle it to the side, or break the hip on my moving your ass, step up or stand aside. Now we're all in the shake, no need to be shy. Move like spaghetti and reach for the sky. We'll dance like we're cursed, laugh till we're sore. ShizzyWhiznut reigns forevermore. So join the dance, let your weirdness unfurl. We're shaking ass, not a care in the world.
I told you it was different. Oh, it might be it right there.
Now we're all in the shake, no need to be shy. Step aside, y'all, it's my time to shine. I'm feeling the groove with these hips of mine. Hands in the air,
That's
like
why.
spaghetti gone rogue. My knees are jelly and my hips just broke. Oh, shaking it, breaking it, what a blast. Wobble it, wiggle it, shake that ass. Do a jig or a jog, wiggle it to the side. Or break that hip bone by moving your ass, step up or stand aside. My shoulders pop like a rusty hinge. My fingers point like they're on a binge. Twirl like a tornado, then drop real low. It's not planned, it's a shit sideshow. I've got the rhythm of a clock that's broke. My dance floor moves are a big effing joke. Shaking it, breaking it, what a blast. Wobble it, wiggle it, shake that ass. Do a jig or a jog, wiggle it to the side. Or break that hip bone by moving your ass, step up or stand aside. Hypnotic like a lava lamp.
I think this is it right here. Nope. Here it is. Yeah, this is the one. Ah. Jog on it. This is the one. I knew I had it. This is one that I was working on today, and I thought it was pretty damn cool. So the original one is one of my old intros, so I redid it.
Running through the maze, I feel the pain, chasing my only dream, break from the schemes. Waking up at dawn, all my fears are gone. I won't stop today, never, never, not today.
Yep. Hey, Connor, how you doing? Good to see you. Good stuff.
On the top of rise, no more compromise. Rise above it all, not gonna fall. Step by step I go, faster than the flow. Broke through every chain, I will not be contained. Tired of the crying, pieces in my mind, climbing every wall, winning, winning, I want it all. Crying, pieces in my mind, climbing every wall, winning, winning, I want it all. On the top I rise, no more compromise, rise above it all, not gonna fall. Step by step I go, faster than the flow, broke through every chain, I will not be contained.
Connor, love it, baby.
Tired of the grind. Tired of the grind, pieces in my mind, climbing every wall, winning, winning, I want it all. On the top I rise, no more compromise, rise above it all, not gonna fall.
There you go. That was what I worked on today, in between looking at different pleadings and a bunch of different filings that I had today. It was a busy day. I had a bunch of actual real work to do. so I spoke with Megan earlier today, and she said, "Hey, have you seen X, Y, or Z?" And I said, "Yeah, I actually can pull that up real quick." And I showed it to her, and she goes, "Oh my gosh, that's amazing." So it was that's what I covered a little bit of tonight. And tomorrow you're going to see Larry over there on the DUI guys. Going to be on Tugs. You're going to have Megan over there. That's going to be a really good one. I should have a stream set up for tomorrow. Might go over the deposition. Might have some co-hosts joining me to read. If I'm not mistaken, they said it's not very long. It's not the hundreds of pages it was before. So that should be pretty damned interesting. And then we've also got what it looks like, pardon me, possibly some more filings will be coming in the next few days. And if not, I may be able to pull up a little more of the Dalton stuff that I was working on. I really would. I just wish there was more time in the day to spend with you guys. I just run out of hours and I can't do it all. I can't cover every single thing I want to. Don't forget federal judge reply to Bruce. I already did show that federal judge's reply to Bruce. I already showed that. I'm pretty sure I did. Unless there was something else that came up that I haven't seen. There's a possibility. It does happen. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I showed his response to tell Bruce that he just needed to, need to suck it up, Buttercup. I don't think that was a response to Bruce. I think it was just a response to that order. Pretty sure. I don't think there's anything more than that, at least that I know of. I can look, but I don't think there's any, unless something new came out tonight. You look so tired. I look tired all the time. I look tired all the time. Don't worry about me. I'm always on perpetual non-sleeping schedules. Shooting Star, we better get our records checked because those detonations will need to go on our taxes. Well, you know, she'll claim that those were all gifts, and she doesn't have to report those. That's what she'll say, isn't it? If Bubbles is going to get away with all his garbage and not face consequences, sure. Yeah. That's the way that it plays. He came out today. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the one I read earlier. Pretty positive. That was the one that I went over today, unless it's a different one that I haven't seen yet. When did it come out? That would be the question. If it was this one, which I believe I have, let's see, open it right there. Open file location, which would have been, yeah, the last one that I've got is document 62. So unless there's another one that I don't know about, I can look, but I don't think there's anything else that I've seen as of yet. Give me a second. I'll look, but I don't think there's another one. Unless there was, like I said, there's always a possibility that I missed something that does happen. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised whenever things like that do happen, because, well, I'm slow and behind the 8 ball about 90% of the time. History documents and most recent. That's what I've got. Yeah, 62 is the last one I've got, which was saying that the extension of time to disclose rebuttal expert defensive moved to extension of time. That's it. That's the only thing that I see. Unless something else came out that I haven't seen. I mean, there's always that possibility. We can take a look. Let me see if there's something I missed somewhere. Give me a second. And we'll go to there, and there. And motion denied. Yeah. Let me see. Right here. Give me just a second. Nope, that's not it. Screenshot. Oh, let's see what we got. Somebody sent me something. Denied motion to leave amended complaint, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, okay. Notice counsel, denied. Yeah, this only goes down to document 62. Unless there was something else I missed. Yeah, I'm in the federal. I'm looking at the federal case. There's nothing else there. Telling you, I'm looking right at it. There's nothing else there unless you've got a document number. Yeah, 62 is the newest. Yeah, that's what I had right there. That's what I read. I've already read that one. I did that early on. Yeah, I've already read 62. Yeah, 62 was just the denying. That's it. That's all it was. Nothing else. Oh, yeah. Sir Frank Otter, you're still in chat. I want to make sure to say hello to you. Oh, that's so sweet of you guys. And with that, be on the lookout within the next few minutes. I should have my morning stream set up. Go by, check it out. I cover the news in the mornings, and that's really, I do that for a nice bit of exercise. It helps me be able to focus a little bit more, gets my brain working early in the morning, and that'll be at 7 o'clock. So in just a few hours, I will be back at it again. You just can't get enough of me, can you? That's what it is. Everyone have a wonderful night, and I will see you very soon. Peace, y'all.
Oh, you thought I was done, bless your heart, but I'm still living rent-free, it's a work of art. Call me daddy, call me nut, call me the goat. You're paddling upstream while I'm running this boat. You say, I don't care, yet you're glued to the screen, caught up in
in my glow while you stay unseen. Your shade's like a breeze, it's barely a draft. Meanwhile, I'm the Picasso of roasting your ass. You say you're over me, oh how cute, but here I am, still the star of your loop. You're my biggest fans, don't even deny. So grab some popcorn when daddy goes live. Call me daddy, yeah, shout it loud. King of your thoughts, I'm making you proud. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, headline act. Your background noise, and that's just a fact. Let's face the score. You hate that you love me, but you keep wanting more. You're like a dog chasing cars, you don't know why. But here you are, barking while I touch the sky. Your comments are gold, such comedy gold. Who hurt you? Oh wait, it's me, I'm told. You're keeping tabs like an unpaid intern while I'm cashing checks. When will you learn? Your timeline's a shrine to every move I make. I'd say thanks, but you're a nasty skank. Oh, Shizzy's washed up. Yeah, sure, Jan, yet here I am, the centerpiece of your plan. You hate watch my stream like it's Oscar night, but guess what, kiddos? I'm still shining bright. Call me daddy. Send in your bread, I'm still rent-free in your effing head. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy on your brain. I'm your mental landlord, you can't complain. Let's keep it real. You hate that I'm winning, but you love how it feels. Oh, I'm sorry, did I break your streak? You tried to ignore me for like half a week, but daddy's too spicy, you can't look away. I'm the train wreck you need every single day. So while you're out there with your plastic clout, I'm here sipping coffee watching you freak out. You're irrelevant, wow, what a take. Now go rewatch my vids while I count how much I make. I count how much I make. Call me daddy, yeah, own it now. I'm reading your brain and you don't know how. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, let's set the bar. I'm the constellation, you're a burned out star. Embrace your role, cause I'm the main character. You're just an old ragged ass, burned out troll. So that's your bedtime story, kids tucked in sweet and snug. Shizzy Daddy's forever, you lose and you're stuck in the mud. Now say goodnight to Papa Nut, your mental pain. Oh wait, you will see me tomorrow's. Agenda will see me tomorrow, same obsession, same effing thing.
You guys